Massachusetts. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Owen, how you doing?
Good, thanks for the
Appreciate
call.
you taking my call. So I wanted to call to talk to you about a couple of things. Like I said, I'm an Air Force veteran. I've been still currently in 21 plus years. And the reason for the call, you're talking about social media and social media censorship. Well, I'm the CEO and one of the founders of a social media platform called Scape. We have really 2 or 3 ideals in mind. One is obviously free speech. Freedom of expression is a big important topic right now. But aside from that is being veterans, we want to help veterans. We want to give back to veterans. So we actually have a piece in our platform that we verify veterans, we vet them all out, and they gain access to a private feed. Now, the idea behind this private feed is to get veterans together, no stolen valor. They're allowed to talk to each other, talk about PTSD, support each other, give help when needed. As we all know, when you get out of the service, a lot of times you have questions about, transferring back to civilian life, maybe employment, things of that nature. Also at the top of this feed is the crisis line. And I know you've spoken to Gretchen of Code of Vet, and recently Twitter decided that they were going to start censoring the crisis line through their tweets, which I was part of that. I got shadow banned because of it. So we want to make sure that everybody has those outlets to do so. And, you spoke a little bit about what the difference is between, Twitter and some of these other platforms and some of these other ones coming up like ourselves. And one of the big differences is the attention that is automatically given through algorithms to certain profiles. And there's a problem with that. We decided to go with more of everybody has the same voice. You don't just automatically get extra attention because, we say that you're important. But at the same time, we also recognize that people use these platforms for, for their employment, for their monetization. You're on here trying to promote what you got to promote, and that's fair, and that's something you need to do. But we want to make the users have the ability to boost those people, and they decide who they want to hear. And also, we're going to come up with ways for those people to monetize. So I want to make sure that we got that out there. I want to give you a call. As veterans, we want to make sure that other veterans understand that there is a place, free expression, a place for veterans to come and communicate with each other and get that word out. So, I appreciate you taking the call.
What was the name of the platform?
It's Scape. And I also want to make it very clear that we, unlike some others, because we're grassroots and we are not paying PR, we're not reaching out to, whoever. We are completely independent. When we say non-biased, we mean it. We're here for the people. We want to make sure that everybody, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. I don't care if it's not political. We're not a political platform. We're a platform for the people.
And specifically for veterans, as you were saying, Air Force veteran Chris from Massachusetts, thanks so much for the call. And that's another thing too, Joe, is you've got all these people because of the censorship, because of these. I mean, it's such an interesting phenomenon and topic because it's really never been seen before. The power of big tech, the traffic that these social media sites get, and then because of all the censorship, you've got all these other groups trying to create their own, and then it creates a competitive market that is never able to defeat the big guys because they're all competing with one another, but cannot compete with the big guy. And so, I think if I was president, Google, Twitter, Facebook, they would have been raided yesterday. What about you?
I like the idea of this platform this guy's talking about. And they actually sent me a link over the weekend. But last minute, I went down to Miami. I haven't had a chance to go on there and start an account myself. But right now, as veterans, when we get home, we don't have anywhere to go. The VA, the VFWs, all these areas are still geared towards World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans. The guys from my time, Iraq, Afghanistan, people our age, we don't have anyone to talk to. We don't have anyone to hang out with. We don't have any groups like these VFWs where you can go sit down at a bar and mingle and meet other veterans and get someone to help you enter into the VA properly, to get the care you need, to get the rating you need, to get paid on time every month. We don't really have that. And that's something that we're struggling with my generation of combat veterans. So that's something that I see this platform really being able to kind of help do is to open up that line of communication with guys my age coming through these desert wars, because the world's changing. The stuff these veterans knew then, it's still relevant and stuff, but it's hard for a guy like me to sit down every day and really talk about what I went through with a guy who went through something completely different. Yeah, we're veterans, and yeah, we've experienced combat, but there's still a different, and it's something that we need to look at in this country is getting something for our guys. And the VFWs are just an old remnant kind of thing that just aren't really catering towards us. They're not moving with the times.
Yeah, usually when you go into these VFWs, it's like you were saying, much older veterans, and the Iraq War veterans or people that were sent to Afghanistan. The younger guys, they don't really have that social sphere, if you
Well, it's
will.
bingo. They have bingo nights. I mean, I don't want to play bingo. I'm 35. I want to go. I want to play pool and joke around and BS and listen to music loud. Like it's like quiet, smoky, and bingo. That's something we need to do.
Well, hey, I mean, there are a lot of new things, popping up right now. So maybe that's something that is going to come in the near future to fill that void. Maybe Scape is one way to do that. But yeah, I would imagine there's probably a lot of people like you, Joe, that maybe don't want to go hang out at the VFW, but would love to go hang out with other veterans and shoot pool or smoke a cigar or just listen to loud music.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy when I can run into a veteran, but it's like you go out somewhere and everybody's in their cliquey little groups. But if you get a bunch of these guys together, number one, you're with brothers because you guys have all been in the same thing. You can all relate. So you automatically get that kindred spirit, that brotherhood, that connection. Now you're going to open up. Now that's helping with your PTSD. And some of these guys, like we all wear masks, man. I used to be suicidal all the time. But when you see me in the everyday streets, you think I was the happiest, jokingest guy out there. But there's a whole bunch of us that are kind of like Robin Williams. We're trying to make everyone laugh, but when we go home, we're sad, we're taking pills, and we're out of our minds. When you give us an opportunity and you're able to bring a lot of these guys together, it really helps out. And I think that's something that we need to focus on.
All right, we've got more veterans dialed in.